Hi everyone. Today's topic is revision on transcription, recombinant DNA technology, etc. So the questions from these topics are: number one, define transcription and explain in detail the transcription on prokaryotes. Add a note on post-transcriptional modification, which usually comes as an essay for initially it was for 10 mark, now it can be asked for 15 mark question. Then comes define reverse transcription and mention its significance. Then restriction endonuclease, which is also known as restriction enzyme. It can be even asked as the question as molecular scissors. For these three questions, the answer will be the same. Then four applications of rDNA technology. Then spliceosomes. Before moving in detail about all these answers, I just want to tell you that myself has taken this transcription in detail in April month. So my request is that all of you please go through with the transcription lecture in detail. It was given as 2 volumes. In the first video it was given transcription class. Second video it was given post-transcriptional modification. In the second class even you will get the answers for spliceosome, post-transcriptional modification, everything. In lecture 1 or YouTube lecture on transcription 1 you will get the answer in detail how to write the transcription as an essay. I know that it has given extra explanation, but once you go through with the video, you will get the correct idea how to write the exam. Okay, briefly, transcription, we know that it is a synthesis of RNA from DNA that results in transfer of the information stored in the double-stranded DNA into a single-stranded RNA. And this can be used to direct the synthesis of proteins. The enzyme which involves in transcription is known as DNA-dependent RNA polymerase, that is known as RNA polymerase, RNAP, which is responsible for the synthesis of RNA from DNA template. So you should give a brief explanation about the RNA polymerase. What is the subunits of RNA polymerase? It consists of 2 alpha subunit, beta, beta prime, sigma. What is the role of each and all? You are supposed to write. Then promoter site. You have to explain detail about the promoter site. Promoter site is a site at which the transcription start with. The RNA polymerase has to bind with the promoter site, then only the transcription will be getting start. That is the starting point of transcription. There will be a particular site where the gene to be transcribed, where the RNA polymerase come and bind with, which will the sigma factor of the RNA polymerase will recognize the promoter site and which will come and bind with and which will fall off further reactions occurs. So what are the various type of promoter? You should give a brief explanation. Then you have to write the briefly about the transcription steps in detail. We know that it has initiation, then elongation and termination steps. And you must draw a clear picture of this transcription. This is the picture which I have got it from the textbook of Biochemistry Pankaja Naik. In that, with 5 steps, they have clearly explained the transcription. The step 1 is recognition of promoter by sigma factor. Step 2 is binding of core enzyme and start the synthesis of RNA. Step C, that is or 3, which elongation continues until termination region is reached. Then termination of transcription by Rho factor. There are 2 types of termination, either Rho dependent or Rho independent. So each step you have to draw also, you have to write in brief also what all the things happens in these steps clearly. And finally, the last one is the newly synthesized RNA transcript. And remember, this is not suitable for the protein synthesis. It has to continue with the lots of modification, that is known as post-transcriptional modification. So post-transcriptional modification, which includes tailing at the 3' end, capping at the 5' end, mRNA splicing, RNA addition, etc. Under this 4 heading, I have given a nice explanation in my YouTube class, that is post-transcriptional modification YouTube class. I have given good explanation regarding this. What is the tailing means, what is the capping means, what is the figure to be drawn, then mRNA splicing in detail, RNA addition, everything given. So please go through with my video. Okay, now the next question is reverse transcription or reverse transcriptase enzyme. So what does it mean? So certain viral DNA polymerase which are called reverse transcriptase enzyme, it uses RNA as a template to synthesize DNA. Usually in usual transcription, DNA will be acting as a template and it leads to the synthesis of RNA. It is reverse here. Here RNA will be acting as a template to synthesize DNA. That is the meaning of reverse transcription. The enzyme responsible is reverse transcriptase enzyme. So it is therefore also known as RNA dependent DNA polymerase. So the virus which comes under the retroviruses group which carry this RNA transcriptase enzyme, reverse transcriptase enzyme as their genetic material, and can synthesize double-stranded DNA from their genomic RNA by a process known as reverse transcription. And the best example is the retrovirus is HIV virus, human immunodeficiency virus, which leads to the development of acute immunodeficiency syndrome. So nowadays we are hearing about the coronavirus. That also comes under this thing only. That is why so many genetic mutation happening. Then next question was spliceosomes. Spliceosomes, actually it is the small nucleotide RNPS, that is ribonucleotide phosphates, which associated with the primary transcript at the exon-intron junction to form spliceosomes. It is seen inside the nucleus. Cuts are made at both ends of introns and it is removed. Exons are ligated at GG residues. That is known as spliceosomes. Then comes to the next question, RDNA technology and its applications. RDNA technology, we know that it is genetic engineering which leads to the artificial modification of genetic constitution of a living cell by introduction of foreign DNA through experimental techniques. So many applications are there, like it can lead to the synthesis of human proteins, hormones, interferons, insulin, blood clotting factors, growth hormones, etc. The best example, the first human product synthesized by using RDNA technology is insulin. Insulin is synthesized by using RDNA technology. Then RDNA technology can be even used for the diagnosis of certain diseases like sickle cell anemia to understand the genetic mutation, then thalassemias, familial hypercholesterolemia, cystic fibrosis, etc. Then for the prenatal diagnosis, like chorionic villus sample, from that DNA will be isolated from the amniotic fluid and can be analyzed by southern blotting and can understand the any genetic defect is there, that is known as prenatal diagnosis. Then applications in forensic medicine. So by using DNA fingerprinting, which is one of the advantage of this DNA technology, the restriction analysis pattern of one individual will be very specific, but it will be different from one person to person. That is why this basis can be utilized in forensic medicine to identify the paternity, to identify the criminals, etc. Then next, genetically modified plants to resist the diseases. In industries, food additives to improve shelf life and increase nutritional value that can be developed by RDNA technology. Then transgenesis, transfer of gene into fertilized ovum, and we can create a specific species by having certain characteristics features. Then specific probes can be developed for the diagnosis of diseases, for example antenatal diagnosis of genetic disease, to identify the viral or bacterial DNA in suspected blood and tissue samples, to detect the presence of oncogenes, to identify mutation in gene, etc. And probe, what is the meaning of probe is, it is a single-stranded DNA labeled with radioisotope or fluorescence. The nucleotide sequence probe is complementary to the target DNA. Now comes to the next question, restriction endonuclease or restriction enzyme. It is also known as molecular scissors. Why? Because this molecular scissor can be utilized to cleave the double-stranded DNA in a specific palindromic sequence into smaller fragments. A restriction endonuclease isolated from E. coli. There are specific restriction sites. This restriction endonuclease cleaves the double-stranded DNA specifically at the restriction site on the DNA molecule. So here gives the example with figure. Restriction endonuclease is a specialized protein that cuts the DNA in a very specific place. Different restriction endonucleases cut at different places along the nucleotide sequence. So usually this will read in palindromic sequence. When read in the 5' 3' direction, the sequence on the top strand is identical to that of the bottom strand. That is, this you can draw while writing the restriction endonuclease. A nomenclature, first letter, best example EcoRA, the first letter for genus, then next two letter species, that is Escherichia genus, Escherichia coli, then you can see R, that is strain of the organism, then Roman letter, that is the order of discovery. Okay, so 1 that is genus, 2 and 3 that is species, 4th is letter strain of the organism, then last is the order of discovery. Then so many examples are there, you can write any one or two while asking this question. BAM-HI, that is Bacillus amyloliquefaciens strain HN first enzyme. Diplococcus pneumoniae first enzyme. HIN D3, that is Haemophilus influenza strain D and third enzyme. Bacillus globigii, then Providentia stuarti, so many like that. You try to learn any 2 to 3 restriction endonucleases as example. So usually restriction endonucleases produces 2 types of fragments. Either it can give a sticky end, because you can see like this. Okay, a sticky end can be produced or a blunt end can be produced. And this cut DNA can be joined together by DNA ligase. There is no need to write. If it is a part of a long question, you can write all these things. So here you can see how it works. Any piece of DNA cut with the restriction, a specific restriction enzyme will stick to any other piece cut with the same restriction endonuclease. So here gives the 4 in DNA. This is the plasmid. Here in plasmid we will be introducing the foreign DNA of interest. A specific DNA we have to manipulate. That is the meaning of foreign DNA. The restriction endonuclease cuts the foreign DNA at its specific restriction site, and the same restriction endonuclease here it is used as EcoR1. So this EcoR1 will cut the plasmid also. Plasmid is the substances which can undergoing self-propagation. That is why we are introducing this foreign DNA into plasmid. That is also cut with the same EcoR1 endonuclease, and this part will be ligated here. So annealing occur by DNA ligase enzyme, and this plasmid with the foreign DNA, that is known as plasmid chimera. Okay, this can be grown in a suitable medium and can develop multiple copies. So this is all about today's class. So please all of you go through with the original YouTube classes, then only you will be able to understand in detail about all these questions. Thank you all.